All right, hopefully this records right once again. So today we're not going to be talking about any car in particular, but we're going to be talking about kind of just why people don't seem to want to buy the car that they, want. Like, a lot of times, of course, money is the issue, whatnot. But a lot of the time, because people, people can't grasp the concept of living one time. Seriously, people just think life's a game or some shit, and it's not too serious, to be honest. Like the videos I make and will be making, you need to buy, that C5 Corvette, C6 Corvette, especially when you're young, like you're in your 20s and whatnot, you need to be, prioritizing fun and shit. I at least I would see, I think, it is a pretty important time to, build your portfolio up, wealth, jobs, all that. But, it's important to also treat yourself, and when you're older, you're not going to be able to get, you might not be able to do some things that you want to do. This is crazy how slow this person is driving. This is just crazy. Bro's running on all steelies. But people just can't seem to understand or grasp the concept of I'm only living one time. Maybe I should, buy the car that I want to buy. And, a lot of the time, again, some people, want this BMW or want, something, but, that might not actually be a good decision because it's not going to be reliable. But in the case of good dream, even these simple dream cars, 350Z, Focus RS, 370Z, C5 Corvette, C6 Corvette, hell, even a C7 Corvette, other cars, Mustangs, Camaros, stuff. It's they're good cars, they're reliable as hell. You're not gonna have any problems with them. And I just don't, I'm just not too sure why people don't just pull the trigger. I know, you kind of want a more practical car maybe, but in your 20s, especially, if you don't have kids, dude, people in your head, you do not need a sedan. You definitely don't need an SUV. No one needs an SUV. And then, a truck is cool. Truck, if you're into trucks and stuff, then just buy the truck, because, I get that. I do like trucks. But, if you, buy that truck, the Tacoma, that 01 to 04, I can't remember what generation that, but that Tacoma, 01 Tacoma, 02 Tacoma, or Ford Lightning. Oh, that's a Cybertruck. Just buy it. Just buy it. You're gonna only have a limited amount of time, probably, most likely. At some point, if your budget won't allow it one day and whatnot, you might not be able to get the car that you want, and that would just, that would suck. But just pull the trigger. You don't really, I know you don't have a reason not to, especially, say you're living with your parents and all that, and it's dude, buy this sports car while you still can, and it's manageable, and you will be able to buy it, because at one point you might not be able to, but if you can, you need to, because again, you're only living one time, and it's just why would you not, Oh man, I hate what they're doing over here. This is just a tragedy. It was a soccer field, pretty soccer field. Now they're putting it. I just hate human beings. Just suck. Humans are just terrible. They're awful. But it is what it is. It sucks to be one, to be honest. It's just terrible. I hate to be a part of this. Especially people that drive slow like this, an unreal level of slow. But, just buy the car. You know, just buy the damn car. You don't have a reason not to. I know you don't. You just get into your head telling you it's just gonna be such an awful decision and whatnot, blah blah blah. In reality, it's not. It's not a bad decision. This video is gonna be all over the place, I can tell you that. I was gonna talk about, you know, like 996 Porsche 911, but I'll probably save that for the next video. S197 GT Mustang, E36 M3. There's an E36 over there. E46 M3. You know, B5S4. You know, just some other kind of cheaper, you know, really dope cars that you can buy. Because, you know, cars aren't going, you know, some cars kind of went back down in value, to be honest, and some are still continuing to go up in value, but a lot of them are starting to come back, you know, sensible. You know, the Ferrari 360, which is another car I really want to talk about. It's a dream car of mine, 360 Spider. I want one really bad. I don't think they're ever going to take off in value. You know, maybe the stick ones will, original stick, because, you know, even though you can swap them for not that much money relative to the price of the car and having a much better experience. But, you know, that's another car. And some cars I don't think it'll go up in value. C5s, I just don't think C5 Corvettes are ever going to go, you know, much up in value. And I can see C6s maybe going up more, because they're just incredible. They're just so cool. C6 Corvette's pinnacle Corvette, bro. I mean, it's just the best one. But, you know, a lot of cars I don't think are actually going to go up that high in value. You know, a lot of cars that were, you know, made to modify, or, you know, all that. You know, those, and because there's none left, like S2000s and stuff, like even Civic SIs from some generations I can see going up still in value. EM1s. But again, you just buy that car that you want. You don't have any reason not to, seriously. You know, especially if you're young, just buy it. You know, if you've got the money, you should buy. My friend Ryan, he is 20 years old. He bought a 2016 Mustang GT, clean title, 70,000 miles on it, or whatever. He got it for less than 20K, I think. You know, he got a really good deal on it. It's red. He's like straight pipe too, of course. You know, it's so loud. And he's got very good looking wheels on it. They're reps, but they're good looking. And you know, yeah, it's a 6-speed manual transmission, and it's incredible. It's really cool. Hopefully I can do a review on that car too at some point. And, you know, yeah, he went and bought it, and he loves it. So, you know, yeah, oh, wow, look at that. My friend has an S60R. You see another friend has a C5 Corvette. You know, like, just buy the car that you want. You have no reason not to. That is whatever that LA Noir-ass car over there. Mafia-ass car. You know, yeah, you just don't have a reason not to. I knew that Audi wanted to get over, bro. I was like, it seemed like he really wanted to get over, but just, bro, does not know what a turn signal is. But yeah, buy the car while you still can. And also another reason is, like, you could die tomorrow. Like, you literally could die. Like, you could just have cardiac arrest and die, or you could get, you know, anything could happen to you, you know, and you just die. And then what? You'll never have had that car. So, like, big L for you. You know, yeah, because again, you know, things that are traditionally important, you know, getting a house, making a family, that all that's true. But at the end of the day, don't you want to enjoy your life? Like, enjoy your life, you know, because you've got one of them, and you want that sports car, which will improve your life, you know. I don't think it's going to give you a 180 in your life, but it'll definitely dramatically improve your life when you start driving around and see how much fun it is. And, you know, wow, I finally got this, you know, a dream of mine. I accomplished a big goal. You got the car that you want. So you need to do that as soon as possible at the end of the day. If you're really into cars, you know, and it's with anything, whatever you're into, you know, that, you know, Pokemon card, whatever, get the damn card, get the damn toy, get the damn game, you know, get the damn car, like, just do it. You don't have any reason not to. Wow, that's a V6. That sounded trash. I've heard way worse though. But yeah, you just need to buy the car that you want, or truck, or SUV. If you know, I can't really think of any desirable SUVs that I would want to have, to be completely honest. I mean, I can think of like, you know, Porsche Cayenne, maybe like a, you know, that's about it. Cayennes are I don't mind Cayennes. You know, like a stick Cayenne, that might be kind of dope. I've heard Cayennes are kind of unreliable though, not the best. But you know, Cayennes, and then like I guess, you know, X5M. I mean, you just can't. I really can't think of it. SRT8, Jeep SRT8 is an actually desirable car. I'd say that. Trackhawk, you know, those are desirable. I would say those aren't so bad. I've been seeing like 99 like Honda HRVs popping up, and they're like this tiny little car, like 2-door SUV thing, and they're like really cool looking, but they're right-hand drive only. So like I have no interest in it. But you know, those are kind of cool. But like no one dreams of owning like, say, this white CRV next to me. No one wants that. Like if you're not into cars, of course, like who cares, right? But if you're into cars, like no soul in the world like actually wants to own that. That's pretty cool. It's an M4. That's pretty dope. That was that. I don't think it was an M4. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Is that a V50 fucking over there? What the hell is that Volvo over there? But yeah, no one dreams of owning like that white CRV there, or literally any car that I'm going by right now. So like, you know, buy the cool car that you want. You don't have any reason not to.